Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Solo Leveling Episode 10. What is this, a picnic? I thought that was a really funny title. I love that they do say the name of the episodes in the dialogue. I think I found that very funny. I didn't realize that was the case until the last few because the names were so specific, and then so they don't really come up naturally in the dialogue. I mean, they happen naturally in the conversation. It just sounds weird when you're like, oh wait, that's the name of the episode. Um, so spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen the episode, leave a like and put this on your watch later, and then come back and we'll talk more about this. So very cool episode. A lot of really interesting developments for Jinwoo. A little bit of finally some obstacles are coming their way. Not everything is working out perfectly, but um, there's a really cool reveal, or I guess a really cool new thing that we can see. So let's kind of go through step by step. So first we have Yohi, I believe is her name. She's the healer that was in the first mission and the latest mission with them. They're having a conversation. Jinwoo, she decides to retire. I think being a hunter has been really tough on her, and you can definitely tell that it's taking a toll. Now, I don't know if this is gonna stick or she'll come back. But yeah, she decides to say goodbye to Jinwoo. To me, I feel like she's kind of the main love interest for now, if that's even a thing that they want to play into. Or maybe she's just being set up to be a good ally. I don't know. Then we catch up with Jinwoo and Jinho as they begin to set up the little plan that they had in motion. Right, they got to go on these C-class raids. They need at least 8 people, so they tried to find a way around that. And it looks like Jinwoo has this really dorky, super powerful armor. It looks so goofy, and obviously it's not very practical. But yeah, it's really interesting. Um, so what they're doing is they are recruiting hunters that would normally not be accepted into different raids because of different things, whether maybe they have a vice or they're drunk all the time or they're currently injured. They even recruit a high schooler, which we'll talk about in a second. So they do that so that they can just hire these people. They pay them more. They make them sign a contract saying you won't be able to talk about the mission, and then Jinwoo and Jinho will just go in and take care of the dungeon and close it out. Now, I think this looks like a good plan. We do see that the high schooler is actually named Son Yi, who is I don't know if she's friends with Jinwoo's sister, but she definitely at least goes to the same school. So I'm sure that's gonna come into play. But she acts like she wants to be a hunter. I think she's taking these jobs because she really actually wants to be a hunter. So unfortunately, this isn't probably not the best path for her, right? Because they're not really going on these rates. It's just really General taking care of everything. So we'll see. We get a really cool montage of like them clearing dungeons. We get to see how much his powers have grown. We also saw that he gained that stealth skill that we saw in the I think was it Sokka or whoever the bad guy was in the last episode. He gained the same stealth skill. Um, and then after all this, because they're clearing all these dungeons and they're kind of like overbidding on them, because this is a whole commerce, right? Like these guilds will bid on the dungeons to buy them out so they can go in there and get the resources and clear them out themselves. It's a whole part of their economy. So somebody from the White Tiger Guild figures it out, and they're like, well, you're leaving me with no C rank dungeons. What's going on? And they go check into it. Eventually, they want to recruit Jinwoo, but instead, Jinwoo makes a deal with them that really favors him. So that part of the episode, I don't really much care for, like the economy aspect of it. But it is very clear that all this stuff that Jinwoo is doing, it's being noticed, right? Whether it's clearing all these dungeons, and I think that's what these stories are trying to tell, that it's going noticed, like everything that he's doing, whether it be him surviving from a couple of very close calls where a lot of people died, or being part of these raids, like it's all being noticed for sure. So I think that's all setting up future problems for him, including with other guilds, with other hunters, with some of these S rank hunters. Now we know, and Jinwoo knows at this point, that he's not ready yet, but I think his power keeps growing. So really interesting stuff. Quite enjoyed this episode. Very fast paced. Like I said, we kind of went. It almost felt like it wasn't a full episode. Like it just went through very quickly. The next one looks also very interesting, just based on the name. So I'll leave it at that. So if you're watching Solo Leveling, let me know what you thought about this episode. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.